I know, it's not Friday. It's not Friday. I am out this weekend, so I will not be able to do this tomorrow, unfortunately. So a day ahead. And welcome, Feather. It's good to see you hanging out. Oh no, not the voice thing again. Alright, can you hear me now? I don't know what's going on. Wait. There we go. Now you ought to be able to hear me. There we go. Okay, so I have to do the pop-out thing. Man, learning as OBS is going to be... You think I'd learn from last time? Definitely did not. Wait a minute. Yeah, how's the trip? Wait, what time is it where you're at? Okay, I want to start by actually testing that everything works today. I did do a little bit of work last night, and I think I've officially have everything working appropriately. It's been a lot. I can imagine. I can imagine. Okay, so what I need to do is go pretend to be a person for all the peoples. And let's just grab like a red, a couple oranges, and we will, I think black's like the ultimate one I want to test because it's the last one in the system. So it's the hardest one to get a read off of. 1 a.m., what are you doing of? Okay, so with 4, now if you're a player, that's the real words there, you will submit your vote. It goes into the system, submit another vote. This person apparently gets 2 votes because we're cheating. Oh. Well, only get 1 vote for red now. And we'll drop 3 and 3. So technically black should have a total of 4 votes. Here but not, doing an ancient city. Ooh, cool, very fun. You can't stick around, unfortunately, very busy, have a great time. You too, Feather, enjoy your evening. I hope to catch you here later or when I return from this weekend. Yeah, no, miss you too, E, and go enjoy the rest of your evening. Go relax, go get some sleep. Okay, so now everything's processed. We hit submit votes, and everything should process. This should open first when the votes get counted. Yep, this person is voted off. And then this should open. Sometime, there, boom. Okay, so then we all come in, and this is where the new game starts. And then as you drop down, you pass that trip lever. And when that happens, everybody the next time will be teleported back up here. The gates will be closed. That should have reset the game. Submit votes, only press 1. Okay, okay, I know what I did here. I took this off from the gate closer, which is this little circuit up through here. Closes the gate, and now this used to power that and continue down to reset the game, but I stopped that because every time somebody fell, it would automatically close these gates and then open close. So what I've done instead is now as you're playing the game, when somebody hits the emergency response and the emergency response only, that's what triggers the doors closing. So I think we'll just come down here and we'll test that theory. So that should have closed the... Oh, you saw that thing get activated? That's actually our door closer there. but that should have closed all of these Ender Pearl stasis chambers, and the gates are up. Okay, perfect. Everything seems to be working as intended. Now we'll have to just fill these chests up with, the appropriate amounts of concrete in every single one for the voting system. And then... Interesting. Okay. So everything here works. Level 1, in quotation marks, is officially complete, and that is getting the voting system to work appropriately. Now, the one thing I didn't check when this was happening was... Okay, we need to... I want to update a couple of these. We didn't see what happens when a tiebreaker happens. So let's... That's technically got 2 votes now, and break that. Close it again. Okay, that's got 2 votes. The votes are officially in. So we will cast the votes. Votes are being submitted. We should see no doors open. That was orange and yellow. So we should see neither one of these open up. So far so good. And then the gates should open. Boom. All right. And game reset. Now this shouldn't matter. If you jump through this, ooh, I poked a hole. If you jump through that circuit so all 8 players fall down, that shouldn't affect anything, because all that's going to do is it's going to constantly spam this button, which is reset, reset. All it's going to do is just keep spamming the reset button, which should send all of our items over. Okay, everything here works, which is awesome. I'm actually looking at this. It doesn't matter now. I don't think I'll change it, but all of this could have been squished down, and this could have been raised up for sure. Yeah, maybe we do that. I really only need, let me think here, the lowest points of green, so this level here could have been, this right here. We could have definitely opened up a lot of space, but it is... Do we go back and change this? I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm really curious if it's too much work to go back and, obviously I could copy paste everything from these chests down to here, all the way over, and paste it up in this area and then fit everything. I don't know if min-maxing this is really worth it. We just gotta make sure we come through here and light all these dead spaces up so things don't spawn, but everything else works. I don't even know if it's worth taking the time to do so. You may also be wondering what this is. Well, this little tower here is a reverse redstone signal, and that's the submit button. So as the votes are all cast, it's submitted and it travels down this redstone tower. This is the reverse of what's going on here, which is how you send signals straight up very quickly. So that works out great. Yeah, I think everything's good. I think everything is good. So now what I want to do is we need to work on... We're officially to the point where the voting system works. JD, this is a sus build. Absolutely. You are here just in time. We just finished how the voting system works. The emergency button works down here in the shop. This is my build, Mustache Marbles, in the CraftWorks server. This will be kind of the cafeteria. So you place in a sus paper here. Boom. That'll click. That'll activate all the stasis chambers, which are these mud columns, which will teleport everything back up to the ender, with the ender pearls into here. That's not necessary. And then, oh, that was supposed to go up, wasn't it? Fixed. And then, wait, what am I doing? Why do I have stairs all here? Hold on. Okay, we're good now. Then the voting system happens, and so I think we're good to go. I just proved that this whole thing works. And I can show you that real quick, because I guess since you haven't been here before. We got 1 vote in for... Oh, I haven't reset the game. Hold on. I just broke it. Reset the game. And then... Oh, gosh. I'm confusing myself. Yes. I gotta reset the whole thing real quick, because we flew through that. Where is our reset button? Reset. That should send the signal over and up. All these pistons should be retracted. Okay, they're not... There they go. Whew. A little bit of time delay. So say the only person who can vote off... Oh, it worked. Purple got voted off. That's the one I put in. And the door should have opened. But we reversed it because I got impatient to hit the button. That's alright. You gotta believe me that it works. We are actually finally moving on to the next chapter in this crazy adventure, and that is building the rest of the map. And I'm gonna try to keep it simple and small, but I want to use as many Craftwork builds as possible. Now, I know nobody has seen, or if you haven't seen the other crafters, one of them I want to bring in right away because I think it'll be fantastic, and E brought up in the last episode, is I have since, oh my goodness, I'm at a train station that has a skull face. I don't know if that's fitting or not. But what we have here is a simple little train station. You'll come in. I'm going to have the interior decorating gals come in here and make a really pretty interior. That's about the best I've got. But then, yeah, we'll come out here, and this task at this place will be maybe like load the coal or something. I think I'm going to change the way this is, but I want this to be our next chapter in our story over here. So I guess the first thing that I need to do is wand this bad boy. And then we want to grab this, just the train station, and move it over to the... Why do I have two of these guys? I move it over in place where, hopefully, we're going to build the train station in addition to this. These little white concrete replacement blocks. Come down here. If I was using Axiom, this would be way easier, but I'm lazy and I like to use World Edit. That looks good. Oh, I'll reset my first position. Hold on. Okay. So that is all of that. I need to go copy it, but let's get rid of this pole so it doesn't get part of this. Alright, I want to copy kind of just the front door here. So let's stand roughly here. Copy. Boom. And then we'll come on over here and we'll add it to our map. And now we need to decide elevation, distance from Mustache Marvels. Like, we want to have room for there to be train. Oh. Okay. I wonder if we can use the train tracks as part of like the complete story here, like train rails going throughout the whole thing, maybe some minecarts running around. Do I want to do that? How do you fit this in an open concept? I don't want it to be too lined up, so what if we go like way... Oh, but not the direction it's facing. I can't rotate that with World Edit. I don't think. I might not know how. That might be an Axiom thing. I do have Axiom, but I gotta learn how to use it. So the train station's gonna go somewhere over here. And I forgot to tell you, JD, welcome. Thank you for coming and hanging out. I don't want to make this map too big because I have to recreate all of this, so let's be a little careful. Now, and I also don't want it to be all the same elevation, so maybe the train station will be right down in here somewhere. So let's stand here. Oh, Axiom. And let's paste this in. Boom. Train station. The gravel all fell. Perfect. How do we like that? Waiting for dinner. What's for dinner, man? And sounds good. No worries. No worries. No need to stay around. That's our current pace block, so let's keep that there. Okay. I don't mind this. If you come out, there'll be some train tracks here. I like this, actually, a lot. If we had some train tracks kind of going through here, maybe we have some sort of like tunnel that leads, a fake tunnel that leads into nothing. This will be the backside of a wall. So we got to cover all of this up inside the cavern that we're in, so that'll be good. Okay, so now we just got to figure out a transition from here to there and the rail yard. And now I don't really have a plan. How does... Oh, that's not gravel. That's why. How do we want to transition this? I think... Some chicken and some mac. Nice. Very good. I just had steak kebabs and roasted potatoes on the grill. Just in time for it to be 7:30 to come upstairs, log in, get ready to go. Let's extend some of our land out here. Oops. I'm a big chicken connoisseur myself. I have it for lunch every single day. I may have a pretty bland palate, but at least it's a healthy one. These were just my placeholder blocks for roadways. Now, ooh, Mustache Marvels, the new edition of Mustache Marvels actually has a backyard over here, like a service lot. Maybe I add that or something. I don't think that's that important, but we've got to connect this. We've got to get some rails in here, and then it has to also eventually tie into this. So if I had maybe a single rail line through here, and then it'll continue. This gives us a little bit of change. I don't want to make it too big or too easy. Nice. You need it. Yes, 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 yes. I agree. It's so beautiful out right now. Now is the time of year to be outside. I'm from the Carolinas, so it's a little sticky today. But about a week ago, it was 60 degrees, 60, 65, 55 in the evenings. Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah, we'll just create some sort of natural terrain. I like that. Kind of come out and swoop down and level out, because the train tracks need to be obviously super level here. So I'm liking the way that. Impala, hey man, I didn't see that. Welcome. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, you're just in time for pretty quiet, pretty quiet. Okay, hey, I'm glad you're here. I can fix that. I can crank me up to 100%, and then I will drop down. We'll lower the music and stuff down, so I'm not drowned out. I apologize there, but thanks for catching that. Thanks for catching that. I actually don't know why. It seems like my mic is really low for some reason, which is super interesting. I didn't change any settings, so it's maxed out right now. Hey, appreciate it, JD. Enjoy your dinner, man. How are we feeling about that, Impala? Is that a little better? Try to turn the game and my music down. Check your. Ooh, good call. Maybe my mic's not set. Man, it's always something. Default. Oh, here we go. Hold on. How's that? Let me change that back down, because I think it has screamed in your ear. Since I just installed, for those of you who don't know, I just installed OBS. I was using a different platform, and so getting used to the settings is excruciating. Hold on. Let me get to a nice, there we go. There we go. There we go. It had the wrong mic. Now I'm loud. Now I'm blowing speakers out, and I gotta crank me down. I'm trying to find a nice even spot. I'm trying to keep it in the yellow. I think that's where you're supposed to be. 6.8. Brought it down a little bit. Okay. Well, perfect. I apologize there. Don't know why that was the case. I've got some problems going on here with the change of my... Let's see, how loud is this? I'll dial that down just a little bit more, maybe. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So crisp. Heck yeah. It's time to play the game. It is time to play the game. Have you been here before? We're making Among Us in CraftWorks. I'm slowly working on it. I got the Mustache Marvels workshop. I'm sure you've passed by a few times as the cafeteria. If you've played Among Us, you know there's a cafeteria for the emergency button. And everything works. I spent a couple hours from the last stream. We finally got everything working. So casting the votes works perfect. You put them in. Purple's going to get voted off. So then you submit the votes. When everybody votes, everybody says, hey, we're all good to go. You hit submit. Doesn't matter if there's a vote button in every single one of these. It should send purple out. Oh, I forgot to reset the game. Well, it'll send purple out, and then slowly after that, all these gates will then unlock. So purple will get voted out. Yep, all the gates unlocked. And then you come in here and you start the next round by dropping down. Boom. This should bring you to about 3 hearts so that the imposter has a chance to kill you easily. And then so on and so forth. The thing should work. Dropping down, you actually pass that little tripwire hook you probably heard. Resets the game, and it's ready to go for next time. And we're going to use a pearl stasis chamber, which is in these little guys here. So, you know the drill. Throw your pearl in, walk away. It'll bounce up and down, and then when the emergency buttons hit, it slams all those closed and teleports everybody back up here. So it all is working, finally. After 3 episodes of this and about 20 hours of gameplay, we finally got it working, which is fantastic. Nice, you got Swift 3, sweet wardrobe, and only one warden. Interesting. So there's two different trims down there, right? Warden, what's the other one, David? Oh, sweet. I love that. I caught a glimpse of your last stream. What component of the game are we working on that? So today, I'm glad you caught it. Since the voting system and everything works, I think now it's about map expansion because I haven't really had an idea of what this map was going to be. But E and some of the other craft, I think Lane and Feather were in here and we were all kind of talking last week. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of bring in some of your guys' builds. Specifically for E, she has the upside down train car. So I've made a little train station over there. We brought it over here and I'm thinking about, she said her task, or like a task that maybe makes sense, is like stoke the engine. So maybe we'll draw silence. There it is. Thank you, David. Yeah, you're right. So silence. Now you got me distracted. So stoke the engine. So maybe it's like going somewhere. Maybe we'll put a couple cars on here in the engine, and you'll have to like run back there, grab some coal, bring it all the way to the front, stoke a bunch of it until it like turns the train on or something. That's kind of my thought for ease. We've got Feather, who has the ranch, so we're gonna bring in something that has to do with a farm. But yeah, just kind of doing some layouts. Actually, now that you're here, this is fantastic. I'm also gonna bring in the Diamond General. You know, I got junk of lanes. I think that'll be a fantastic little map piece. I'll have to go into CraftWorks maybe later tonight and grab a schematic of that and bring it in here and paste it. But yeah, this is fantastic that you're here though, because I'm not quite privy on everybody's build style this season. Like obviously E's got the train, I've got the mustache marvels, Feather's got the farms, but you've kind of done it all. So if you have anything that you're really stoked about and you would like to see in this game, like just for now, just a terrain piece, like what's your favorite thing you built in moderation? Obviously anything you've built that you'd like to see included, you know, to like the scales, a small single building, you know, not a bunch of intricacy to it, but let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to, and we can talk on CraftWorks too, but I would love to get your thoughts so we can add that in here or start workshopping some ideas. Okay. Yeah, David, the other day, yesterday, I think Goose and Lane and maybe Melissa went and did a raid as well, and they got I think they got silence, but they didn't get ward. And Paula, no, it could be from either. Sounds good. Yeah, either series. I don't know. I watched bits of season 1, so I won't really know it. But like, if it's something like you're really passionate about, and you really liked, like, by all means, like that's the one. You know, I don't think this has to be even from CraftWorks. If you just have another idea, I mean, obviously there's, you know, the standard Among Us game has connect the wires or, you know, things like that. So it could really be anything, honestly. Ooh, train tracks, sometimes they're humped up or they're inlaid with the road. Like they could either be, what to decide about that too. This is the moment where I really wish I understood Axiom, because doing this on Axiom, I could just fill all this in. Making this really tough on myself. I might actually learn some Axiom when building like the cliff sides here. That might be what I have to do. Oh, silence is all you need? That's fantastic. If you remember back into my Bedrock days of collecting every single thing in the game, I think I got both actually in my first run, which is super convenient actually. Okay, so train station, train tracks. I'm gonna have them come in a little bit. Ooh, the fishing dock. I like that. Hold on. Maybe this could be one of those ones that's random in the game. Is like you have to get. Hold on, let's think about this. You have to catch. A cod's too easy. If we go with like a. I need to look up the rarity fish list, but like salmon's a little more rare than a cod, but you can go with like a tropical fish or a puffer fish. and then when you place that in the chest, it accepts it. Like something like that. Or we can go crazy. We could be like, you have to catch a lily pad or something. That might be a little wild, but it's viable. It's an option. I'm wondering if we want to bring up the train station 1 block. No, I think I'll leave it because I could go down. This is my paste block, so do I want it up a block? I think we'll leave it. I think we'll leave it. Yeah, I'll have to go check out Abba Fishing though. I remember seeing it. I think I did the world tour with y'all before when I first was starting with you guys in preparation for season 2. I'm not sure if I've seen it, but I know we got the world download, so I'll go check that out. So we'll do a couple rail cars, maybe like a detached. Perfect. That sounds good, Apollo. That sounds, yeah, I like that. That'll give us reason to hang out next time we're on CraftWorks together. I haven't been on a whole lot. I've been kind of trying to take a little bit of like a mental fortitude break. It gets to be a lot when you're on every single day for the first couple of weeks of it. When, you know, new things are more fun. Not that it's gotten old and boring, but definitely way too hard for the first couple of weeks of CraftWorks. So I've been kind of dialed back a little bit, but I will be on. I'm out of town this weekend. That's why we're doing a Thursday stream. So I'll catch you sometime next week for sure. That sounds good. Okay. And then I gotta remember that, like, this isn't the focal point, so we'll have them make oh, here we go. If we do like a little ravine, or bring this down, we'll have the flats at the farm fields, and then maybe we'll have like a lake past the farm fields, and then another hill and like a building. We're gonna get it all fit in here. Oh, nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people needed a little momentary break. Not a complete break, but everybody kind of realized like, oh, we've been spending a lot of hours, a lot of hours on CraftWorks. Let's let our lives catch back up. Okay, and then this is going to be a wall. And this actually works out really well because I was worried about hiding this torch thing here. That's part of the reset clock, and it doesn't have to come down here, but that was the easiest point to grab redstone from. Gotta bring in another little area here. I don't want to make the terrain too difficult because you got to be able to get away from that guy. If you see somebody chasing you, you want to be able to run. So give ourselves a little leeway here. Be part of the wall. And I think this track, we can't be too close to the wood here, but we can eventually drag it on through. And then we'll just let's do like a little makeshift tunnel here. I think that'll be really cool. We'll just go ahead and lay it out with white concrete, but I think it'd be really cool if we, somewhere along this hillside, I guess I did that down one more. As long as the train tracks are, you know, about 5 wide, maybe we have a tunnel, like an old brick train tunnel thing going on here. We'll make a tunnel out of this, and it'll just be a fake tunnel, so there'll be some black concrete back here with some like tinted glass. So it looks like it keeps going, but it doesn't actually go anywhere. Okay, so that is that. And we'll build this out of a big stone wall here. It's going to be underground, which is weird. Maybe we make a fake sky. I don't know. This actually can all be open to the air. We actually don't need to cover any of this up. Mustache Marvels just needs built into the mountainside. If only I brought the face out farther. If we would have, now that I look back at this, if this emergency button would have been like back in this corner, the whole building would have been shifted out from underneath of this. But that's okay. We'll figure that out. It'll be a little outcropping here. Holding that back. Okay. Cool. So things are set up. Things are looking good, I think. The train yard will have to continue a little bit here. I think we want to have... We're going to taper it off eventually, but I also kind of think it might be a little cool to bring the train tracks out and maybe curve them around the building, or maybe diagonal. I don't want to do diagonals, actually. The more I think about it, we're going to bring it through the tunnel. This is going to be actually maybe the last stop in the line, so we'll have one of those barricade things like right here, so the engine is stopped up against that. Or it's facing into the tunnel. One or the other. One or the other. I actually don't know. Can I schematic this whole thing? Is that going to work? I don't know if I bit too much off for the schematic aspect of Minecraft, but it may struggle to pace this whole thing in. Okay, I like this spot already. I think this spot's looking pretty good. I just got to keep in mind that this thing is going to be built in survival, so I got to choose terrain wisely. Okay, train car coming in. I think we do maybe some fields and some stuff, and eventually a pond in here. I'm liking this already. We may need to go work on another building or something for the next build here sometime soon. I want to get... Gosh, I want to figure out how to use the... this guy. However, I shift through this. How do I scroll this thing? Something. Plus sign? Nope, that's easy mode. I don't know. That's the Axiom mod. No idea how to use that. Let's grab some stone. Maybe we can start working on filling in what's going to be this wall. I want the taper kind of at an angle, so we're going to take out some of this. We're going to take out some more stuff. I think we'll start tapering in like here maybe. Oh, well, it's got to cover these lights up too, so it's going to taper. Let's just get rid of this row. Oh. Ah, mystery block. 2 of them. I think we want to taper it down more like... You know what? We'll get rid of that too. So anything back in here can just be demolished. We don't want any intricate details behind these walls because I don't want to have to fill these in. Ah, but we do got to keep the lights, K-Hug. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so kind of tapering this back. I think we can maybe show a little bit of this wall, maybe. Doesn't have to be solid. It can be hollow, so that's an advantage what we're doing here. Come back out, make sure we don't mess up our redstone here. This is going to be a little terrain dependent, so it might not look like this in the end. That's an ugly ugly angle. I didn't like that. Okay, it's looking more natural. It's looking like a hillside, a little bit, kind of, sort of. I think I'll bring that. Actually, we'll bring it out farther because I want to get this tunnel built. I want it to look natural, so. Okay, it's looking like a mountainside, kind of. You squint and look at it. Yes, 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 I am. And before you ask, I'm going to tell you something very nerving. Nice. I know. I knew when I did this that I was going to be missing Thursday Night Football, but I am a Vikings fan, so I watch football, but it's tough being a Vikings fan, honestly. Season's going good so far, but we're not really playing much of anybody. If I'm being completely candid. We haven't played anybody that we should be real afraid of yet. Okay, and then I gotta figure out how we're gonna taper this around because I want to be able to use the backside. So I want there to be more beyond this. Maybe we don't. Maybe this is just a backdrop. He is performing well. My worry is about Darnold is that it's early in the season. It's kind of like his debut, so he's playing really well right now. But then he's gonna get in against somebody. He's gonna get against the Packers or something and fold up, which would be the worst because obviously, divisional games are the worst ones to lose. So I have hopes. I have hopes. I was a Kirk Cousins fan. I don't think he was a franchise quarterback, but he was just an all-around good dude, which, being a good dude doesn't translate to being a good football player sometimes. And in his case, obviously. So I'm a little sad not having him anymore. But we do need, we need that powerhouse quarterback that we just haven't had since, Favre. I think Favre was our last good quarterback, and we didn't really have him either. So, but we'll see where the season go. I shouldn't shoot him down too soon. He might come. He might surprise us. He might be the next big thing. You look at some of these younger kids coming up, like Joe Burrow's struggling right now. Everybody thought he was the guy to have, and then obviously Mahomes is Mahomes. So there's that. We will. That's the last I'll say about that guy. I don't want to talk about him ever. Nice. Okay, this is looking good. I just got to figure out how we're gonna lean it way up and over to bottom to block these guys off. It's gonna be like a reverse Lion King rock here. Instead of being on top, we're gonna have this huge rock shape back into the mountain here. And this is bothering me a little bit, but I don't think this is. Can you see this from anywhere? I don't think that'll bother me. Just pop those in there. That one might bother me, actually. We can go with rock here. Okay, we got a general shape. Who we better ask who we rooting for tonight on your behalf. Or who's your team, I guess I should ask. And if you say Packers, you better leave this. No, I'm kidding. You can see yourself out. Yeah, I don't like seeing the little bit of terracotta or whatever that's popping up through here. It's kind of a bummer that we're going to be covering some of that up, but maybe we'll bring some of the stone down in here. Let's make it part of the build. As long as that didn't come inside. Good. Perfect. Packers fans are annoying. Oh no, not a Chiefs fan. That was the second worst answer. As long as you're not bandwagoning, because I just, you know, everybody's got their own feelings for the situation. Okay, that's kind of building it into the rock there a little bit. I don't mind that at all. It looks kind of weird because this used to be a pillar, but we can pretend it's broken off. You know, a little charisma there. I think just because that's like that, I will change some blocks out here. Okay. Don't mind that at all. Now, coming from the Midwest, a lot of people back home are Chiefs fans. Oh, born and raised in Kansas City. Yeah, see, yeah. You went through all the, you know what? That I don't mind at all. You went through all the tough years. You've been there through all the thick and thin. So it's deserved now. It's the people who are, you know, it's the Swifties. Nothing against the, you know, Taylor Swift, but it's the Swifties that also really annoy me. Okay, I'm going way too just vertical here. I gotta go out and up. Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Likewise, enjoy it. I might be on a little bit later. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff to get done here, but I would love to get back on. I'm like I said, I'm out on vacation this weekend. So, well, not vacation, a wedding, but you know, I'm out this weekend. So maybe I'll get on later to get ahead of some things when I get back. I'm not completely swamped, but enjoy it, sir. We will see you around, and we'll workshop some ABBA fishing for this game. I would love to put that in there. I think it'd be fun. It'd be for the old craft for the season oneers to get to relive that. So that'd be kind of fun. That little white bar is going to be really hard to cover over. I could just, I mean, obviously covering it up, I could just do a flat ceiling in here. It is a cave that we're building inside of. So maybe rather than trying to do all this tapering stuff, we just kind of work our way up to a flat ceiling here. Okay, and then we can work on this taper here. Oh no, no deaths, but you have your cursive. Oh no. Well, this is probably a stupid question as well, but what are the pants that you currently have on? Are they ones you do or don't want? If you're in love with them and they're really good pantaloons, I'd say stick with them. But if they're things you just put on an accident, that's a whole different outcome. Okay, the sun glare is a little weird, but I'm liking the way. I just don't like how flat this roof is, but I don't think there's a way around it. Maybe it would be kind of cool to add some like stalactites in here. That might be a cool addition. Let's. Hey, Polo Peely bro, he's back. What is up, my friend? Is lava coming to hang out at? Accident. Oh no. Oh no. Well, unfortunately, I don't think the solution is dying in a world you've never died in. That's crazy. But it's equally as tough. Okay, I'm getting a little carried away here. I think I'm gonna have to put these together now. And we'll detail the ceiling out much better in the final version. But adding some of those in there might not be bad. The best you can get, and I was trying to open a chest and it switched. Oh no! So it wasn't your best pair of pants. It switched them out for the. Oh man, I don't know. I think you got a tough one there, man. Oh. We can just add some cave bits. I think that'll help bring it to life. Unalive around here. Well, lava's got to come show up today first. All right, we'll work on this more later, but I think that could have been bad. I think we might also want to like build a. Oh, that's got water above them? That's crazy. We may want to build these stalactites out a little bit before we drop them down. There it is. The worst part of the pants I'm wearing is curse binding and vanishing mending. Oh, and mending and unbreak. Yeah. I don't know how you got yourself in the situation, but you are in it, my friend. You are in it for sure. I don't actually know if we even need the actual stalagmites. I think if we just use the dripstone, I think it honestly, on its own, looks better than without the little spiky bits hanging down. I don't know. We'll work on that. We don't need to get too much into the details right now, but Lava Yo Polar, 20 bucks. We'll work that out later because obviously this whole thing's gonna be covered up. But I think again, if we build along a cliffside, we can actually. I'm thinking about not building this thing underground at all. Let's keep the redstone buried. Obviously, we'll cover all of this up. Anything that's important. When you're in the game, it would be nice to be able to see the actual sky, day-night cycles. Like if it's dark in here, you know how cool it would be if it gets nighttime outside. Ugh. That would make this so cool. Okay, I would like to work on a little train tunnel somewhere right in here. I'm going to get a reference image up of a brick train tunnel real quick. Because I want to see a nice one. I want one that looks like a real... I'm looking for like a brick train tunnel entrance. Is that hard to find? I think we can figure it out. I think we'll I'm in a horrible spot. Long answer. Have mob hit me until they break. That is a long process. Can you? Oh, you can't unequip it to add anything else like thorns to wear them down. Oh, they have mending. So you're going to have mobs punch you, but then make sure you don't kill the mobs. That's not good, my friend. That is not good. Let's grab some funny looking stuff, some granite stuff real quick. And then I want to grab, let's lay them out here. I don't know if we'll use this at all, but I want to grab brick. And we're going to make a little train tunnel out of this. Now, I don't know. It needs to be scaled to the size of these trains. And I think the train tracks are going to be like 3 in the middle. So that's the center. There'll be a train track here,
a little close to our barrier there, but I think that'll be okay so that if a train does get here, that's the center, that's the rail, that's the rail. So we do need to go one bigger than this whole deal. Let's grab, we'll use brick for the time being. I think we just need it to be out in this general area. Or get your first unalive. Man, how many days are you in? It's not a hardcore, I assume, because if it was your first unalive, it'd be your last one. But how many days in are we? Because that also is a factor. No, almost day. Okay. Here's my thoughts. And Polar, Lava, anybody else in chat, you can either support it or denounce it. But my thought is maybe you get to 1,000 in the pants, unfortunately. And then I think at that point you've hit a milestone, and so it won't matter as man. It's still gonna stink, but like maybe that's a better answer. They don't really have a good one for you, unfortunately. It's like a rough train opening. I will make it prettier, I think, but you get the gist. Really think about the mob answer. I wonder how many hits would it take for that mob to break? You know, it could take forever, man. I'm disliking the shape of this every time I look at it, so we're just gonna keep molding it here. It's very round. It might look less dumb once it's cleaned up. Yeah, I'm breaking 3-2. It's gonna take so many hits. Yeah, Polar, I'm not gonna lie, I hate it too. I have it turned on no delay, but there's still inevitably a preset delay, unfortunately. Drives me nuts too, because talking to you guys, I am really far behind some of the words sometimes, some of the conversations. What about this is throwing me off? Like, what is it the interior arch? Is it too much arch? Oh, here we go. Okay, I think it needs to be taller and more commanding. That's a better, it's not as, you know, arched, but it's definitely a better opening size for, I think, though. I like that. That's a good size. Okay. We just got to make some modifications to the rest of this. And I will figure out... Actually, I don't even... Maybe the extra... Maybe the shadow boxing I'm doing here. Kind of this backdrop bit. Maybe that's what's throwing me off. Maybe we don't want that shadow box on there. Get rid of all of that. We're going to bring out the wall here. You guys are always in here causing trouble, you two. The both of you. Okay, I don't mind that as much. I think getting rid of that shadow box is definitely the way to go. I think that added too much brick, I think, and made it look a little oblong. I don't think we'll need any of this. I think there'll be, you know, we'll make the tunnel one wider than the bricks. You're not going to be able to see this or access this. This will just be, you know, casting shadow behind this wall. But we get the gist of what that is. There we go. There we go. The bananas are back at it again. All right, we're building a nice cliffside. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. It's working, I think. I think adding some glow like and a bunch of, you know, cave details will make this look really good. But that is pretty much the gist of that. We've got that pretty well predetermined. Look nice. Thank you. Thank you. I think it looks fantastic indeed. We got our train station here, and it's got a little hidden secret. If you look at it from this angle, it's a skull on accident. But this is our little beautiful train station for Empress on our server. You put it in the Discord? Okay, hold on. Tactical pause. Oh, no. Oh, and you have full netherite, so it's even worse than I imagined. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've contemplated, actually, this is a little sinister of me, but part of me laughs because I would love to prank somebody. I don't want to ruin their day or anything. I guess everybody on CraftWorks, I think, has already had their first death, but dispensing some irremovable items onto them, I think, would be hilarious. Yeah, we got a lot of texture to do. I think some andesites and some different colors on these walls could really bring them to life. But for now, we're getting the point across. I don't know what'll be back here. Probably nothing. Good place to hide. We'll put some tree. You know, we're gonna plant some trees and bring some foliage to life here. So we got that going for us too. It's a thumbs down moment. Thumbs down in the chat, people. Thumbs down in the chat. Okay, so that's that side. This side, you know, I just don't know how big to go either. We don't have a place on the server we're going to build this yet, so we are going to need quite a big area, and it needs to be very far from spawn, because I don't want to ruin anybody's experience, but, so here's one thing that I want to add, and maybe we can take a break from building for a little bit until I decide what train cars we're going to put in here, but you can imagine that there's going to be Is anvils too much? A lot of people use anvils for train tracks, you know, for the, that's a noise. Wow. For the rails. And we can probably do this. There is an iron farm, so this might be a little aggressive. And then I think if we just use some more of this dark planks, I think if you just add these in here like this, you get a nice train aesthetic. There's a part of me that's a little concerned with how close it is to that. We don't need these here. I don't want to be too close to the, you know, to entering it. But I kind of perfectly aligned that to be centered. But if we had some big trains on these, I think that'll be fine. And it does scale nicely. Now that we used, actually, hold on. Now that I have this set up, we do have the ability to kind of break this up a little bit. Sometimes just adding in a, oh, gotta add them in there, right? A few different blocks helps break up the textures a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it makes it's really subtle, but it will. We're gonna do decorate some stairs, some slabs, a bunch of stuff around here to work it out. But if we continue this, everybody plug your ears. This is about to get loud. I need to do the math on how many anvils that's gonna be. That's gonna be a lot, a lot of iron. Okay, leading into there, that makes sense, and then it'll continue that way. I would like to maybe try to make this look right. So if we do need to put we got to put a base in here. This will make sense in a minute because I need something to hold this next layer up. Because most train tracks beneath them have some sort of rock or aggregate, so we're going to use, I think, some andesite and... Oop, that's not right. And gravel. What's that? Suspicious gravel. This will be the base for the train tracks themselves. On a bed of gravel. That's how most train tracks are. Full of rock or some sort of coarse lava rock, gravel, aggregate, whatever it is. And then we can use some andesite as supplementary blocks just to break up the color. We'll do that underneath all of this. Eventually, but for now I'm just going to put this in here for as a placeholder because I've got to figure out how we're going to make this look like the track continues forever behind some sort of like black wall here. Now I think if we let's just grab some black concrete, and if we replace this, I don't want to be able to see this though, so we got to be a little careful. Might have to exchange some blocks out here. But if we come out like 3, where's the next beam gonna go? I think 3 is actually perfect. Okay, if we have black concrete, and then we've got to fix... Oh, we got to fix all this. Maybe if we want to show this popping out of the wall a little bit, what we're going to have to do is probably double down on the brick itself. We can go in. Let's go in with that. Let's just do it this way. Oops. And we'll bring some more in there like that. Last color. Okay, we'll extend this one more. It's really hard to see. This stuff is super dark. That is... Oh, that makes sense because we had that one there. Okay. And now if we just backdrop this... Now there's a way to make like infinity glass. I think you've seen it before. If we go in here and go with some black... Ooh, what if we used the tinted glass? How does this trick work? I think if you like use the tinted glass, and then you do a blank space and then use some more of this. I think this is how you make these like shadow box things that look like infinite. Maybe that's not how you do it. I thought this tinted things down. I've seen this done before. How to make like an infinite room thing. And if you have black everywhere, we even cap this off in black maybe. What if we brought some more black in on the bottom? And let's continue some mud up to the edge. And then somehow squeeze a combination of andesite and gravel in here. And then close that in with some more black. What are we doing on the edges here? Okay, all right. Oh, we got a little bit here. It does kind of disappear. It's kind of got like a little bit of a, you can kind of see how, okay. And you might also be able to just add a few extra anvils in here. Maybe not on the concrete. And anywhere a brace would be, which would be here, 1, 2, and here. How does that look from outside? Yeah, it looks like it continues forever. That's kind of the gist I was going for. It might be a better way to do this. It definitely looks like it keeps going. If this was completely closed in and super dark, it might have a better effect. Let's go ahead and fill this the rest of the way. And actually, you know what, let's stop right there. Let's do this a smart way. We're gonna grab, oh wait. Tinted. Regular. Tinted. That side's good. Let's copy and paste this. Let's copy this. To this corner. I was right about that. To here. Oh, hold on. That was 300-something thousand blocks. That's not right. This block to this block. And then we can jump down here and we will // copy. Go up one, / paste. Okay. Okay, that's pretty close. We'll cancel that, and then we can finish the rest of this off by hand. Tinted glass. Regular glass. Tinted glass. Man, this is gonna take a lot of amethyst shards, but that's okay. And then we'll just box it all in. Okay, now what kind of effect do we have? Oh yeah, that looks cool. That looks like the train tracks continue forever. Okay, that's what we wanted to go for. Okay, that's a really cool train tunnel. What do we think of that? Amazing. Okay. All right, so that is a train tunnel in. That's fantastic. Now, what I was going to be getting at was I want there to be every so often like maybe in here we set one up, and I want to explain what this is going to be. What this is going to be is we're going to go grab actually one more quick piece because I've made one of these before, and it's this right here. We just need like from here to here, those few blocks, and we'll go ahead, excuse me, we'll copy that. And we'll head over here. And inside of this building, I would like to build one of these. Now, I just grabbed that so I could remember what this looks like. And I think... I'm trying to think of where to put these. You gotta put these against like a wall that doesn't actually go anywhere. So maybe we do continue this wall around and block it off here. Let's grab... If we were to continue this pattern around, I just dub, we come through here. Ooh, that's actually not where I want to go. I want it to end like here. Something like... Doing the same thing. We're going to fill this in slowly. It's going to be part of the cliffside here. Gosh, I'm getting so used to playing in creative mode. I'm going to be a real stinker when it gets back to survival. Yeah, okay, so this all still functions like this train station's supposed to. Let's grab... And nope. There we go. There we go. Okay. Still functions like the train station's supposed to. Maybe we don't need that. Or either one. We'll keep those in there. But we get the gist. I think we'll make this wall look a little bit prettier. Something along that line. And I want this to eventually mend back into the ceiling or the roof line here. And so it'll cut a little bit of this building off. That's the intent. It's supposed to. Nope. This is also going to reduce the amount of entities, trapdoors, these guys, stuff like that. He's back. Welcome back, Polar. Alright, so if we keep building this in and quit closing that door, we're slowly going to work ourselves up. And I think we can go ahead and just close that off. So none of this on this side is going to exist. Not a big deal. I'm getting rid of some of this because when I make a schematic, I'm going to be able to pick up the amount of pieces that we... Why can't I? Jeez. All right, so with that said, now this map kind of closes off back here. We'll have to put some torches, whatever, into the train station. But that's how that's going to function. So that's... Oh, Polar, you're back. What do you think of our endless tunnel? We use the glass effect. Oh, I can't fly through it. So it looks like it goes on forever, but in reality, it doesn't go anywhere. We might be able to... No, that'll ruin the effect. Let's keep it like that. Okay, so the reason I did all that is because when you're in here... Let's get rid of my benches. They're cool. I think I'm going to have the interior angels work on something for me, so we'll hire them. They know that they're going to be hired here sometime soon. Izzy E and Millie will help us build some interiors in here. I did make some fluorescent lamps here, and I got one broken, so it's kind of hanging down. I thought that was cool. But what I was working on was getting one of those guys over here. So let's paste this down real quick for a reference. Get rid of those, and oh, park it and paste. So we need this contraption. And I will explain what this is in just a moment. Let's grab, oops. What would we do here? Concrete. Okay. We've messed our inventory up here. We need some redstone and something like that. My thoughts on the oh, it's sick. Thank you. Appreciate it, Polar. My thoughts on the Minecraft movie. It looks, how do I say this nicely? I'm not in love with it. That's the most I'm gonna say. It's not my favorite, but it's not terrible. I'll be interested to see what they plan to actually do with that. Are these both stickies? Okay. So above this lamp, we actually need the button to power this piston. And then I want this piston to be facing down, which will grab and ungrab this block, which will then, when necessary, give us a signal, which it's giving us one now that's on. And let's put a button. Ooh, I want this light to, okay, hold on. We've got to do this differently. I want this light to stay on, actually, the more that I think about this. So that's not what we want. I thought that was, but I was wrong. So instead, I want a button to push this out, but I want it to stay out. We need a button, light on, light off. Yeah, it may be better than what I think it's going to be. But right now, I'm not super in love with it. That's my honest opinion. Let me grab a snippet thing here. Let's go with, let's look up Minecraft light on. Let's grab a simple circuit. We want it to stay on. And we don't want it to turn back off. So that's like the big catch, is most people have these things and they don't stay lit. They toggle off and back on with the press of a button. We want it to stay on, which is the trick here. Let's see what this guy's got. We want it to be as simple as possible. That's gonna be the next check, is how to make this as simple and functional as possible. I'd like the light to be at this height. And I want there to be a button on this, so when you press it, the light stays on permanently. But I think it's going to require a piston, I think there's still going to be a piston requirement here. Let's think this through. Ooh, actually, when this pulses, it's going to send that guy down. What if we power both directions? But it's not tall enough to get this lamp. I've lost control. We got a safety thing popped up on my screen. There we go. Ooh. Hold on. It might be as simple as... Okay. We push the button. Has the same effect as the thing I just pushed earlier. So when that's on, that indicates that somebody has died. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But if that's on, we want that to send one pulse over to the... We want this to send the same signal over to the emergency response button, which is this guy here. But we need it to be a single pulse. The light needs to stay on. But then it also needs to be a single pulse. How does... Wait a minute. Why does that piston like go? Ah, it's the... It extends and then... Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, this will give us a constant redstone signal, which is not really what we were looking for, but... 98% broken way. That's crazy. Claim my OG ticket? Yeah, we should get on that, actually. So this little system works. This also works if I could actually do this. Because, okay, so this is what we need. We need to be able to push this button. It sends out a... Oh, that's a single signal. And turns the light off. So we've got a single signal... I know what to do. I know what to do here. I've solved it. Redstone. So now each time this is turned off and on, it's one pulse out the backside of this. All right. I solved my own problem here. We want this to go all the way over to this. And this will make sense in just a moment. Well, let's get this over here. Of course. I'm so to elaborate on that, I'm definitely let's make this, we can reduce the amount of concrete and stuff we need here. I definitely, so by, even though I said what I said, I'm definitely still going to see it. That is not going to change. But my expectations going in aren't real high. If you haven't already, you should, and I guess it doesn't matter, I will I'll send some information in your way. The Mumbo Jumbo, you probably know, did a review of it, a live review, or like a review video, and he said this game looks silly in his video, and it was immediately copyrighted by Minecraft, and they took all compensation from that video. Crazy, insane, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and let's continue the pulse. All right. So that is that now. The only thing we need to do. So that all happens. Great. Lights on. Can we put the light? Oh, we could probably lower this down one. I don't want this covered up. What if we flip this around? What if we... Gonna break some stuff here. We flip some of the stuff around. Let's take all this apart real quick. I hate doing things twice, but I want to perfect this the first time around. This facing down. A sticky piston. Facing there. A redstone block. And then some white concrete. Oh, I did this backwards. I need to go up. Yes, we got to go up with this. Let me try to reverse this signal. Okay, so this guy's going to slide this. Here we go. Wait. Build this in reverse, KO, come on. We want this to push this block up. Okay, I don't think it works in reverse because of... Yeah, because of that. Okay, I understand. We're gonna have to leave that as was. As is was. Yeah, give me 1 second, Polar. Let me get this figured out. My brain only works in one thing at a time. Yes, we are going to be... I am going to be working on the rest of my other series, including the finale of our Bedrock world. I just need to find time to do so. All right. Signal was sent. All is good in the world. This works. We are good to go. Oh, we brought over our pallet blocks. In due time, I did say I was going to get to it, and I ran out of time. It's tough between this and CraftWorks and Hardcore and the Minecraft series. I'm behind 3 weeks on that too. I've got some catching up to do, and I think I'm going to have some time come this next week maybe to catch up on some of those things. I will get to it. But let's finalize this thought process before I get too confused. Now, what this is if somebody is oofed by the imposter in this room, I want this to be activated. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want that to call an emergency meeting the first time it fires. So the first time it gets pressed, I don't want it to send a signal, but the second time I do. Okay. How am I... Let's think this through. I want this light to be turned on, and then when you activate it, turn it off. That's going to send the signal that calls the emergency meeting. But I want to turn it on first without activating everything. If I put like a button somewhere else, that turns it back off. So light on, but don't send a signal. Light off, but does send a signal. How are we going to do that? We need this to not... Interesting. How do we keep it from reading the signal the first time, but the second time it does? All right, a little change of patterns here. When this is on, it sends a signal. That works. We don't want this to go anywhere. But then when somebody presses it and turns it off, I want that to get... So when this gets pushed down, okay. I could technically run another piece of redstone here, and this would get noticed by that, but that's already on. So when this is pressed, that's also going to send a signal. We've got to think that through a little bit more. Is there a way we can turn this on and off without... We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. What's a lever do? By just some general curiosity. If I had a lever... Interesting. A lever doesn't work for us. How am I gonna know? So this works if this light's already on. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is when somebody dies, I want this light, the person who dies or the imposter, to turn this light on. So if anybody else comes in to do this task and goes, oh, the light's on, that means somebody's died in here, because we're not going to be able to leave bodies on the floor. It doesn't work like that. And so they'll run over here, they'll go, oh my gosh, emergency. And they'll punch that. No, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave it as it is. We don't want to be no because you. Okay, so this is the weird part about Among Us is you can call an emergency meeting when you find a body. No, wait, can you? I think you have to press the red button. Okay, has anybody here played Among Us before? If you see a dead body across the map, do you have to run to the emergency button or can you report the body on the floor? And chat's delayed, so I apologize. Polar, do you have to call the can you call on the body on the floor or do you have to go back to the emergency button? I'm sorry. I asked two different questions. Do you have to go to the emergency button every single time to call a meeting? And I knew you would be my Among Us champion. You would be the guy that would know. I can tell. I can tell you're an Among Us guy. Okay, so you can call an emergency meeting on top of the body. Interesting. Let me quick Google. Report disability Among Us usable by all living players outside of the hide and seek game mode. With the keyboard controls, the R key and the PCB use a report without clicking the button manually. So you can just report wherever you're standing? For some odd reason, I didn't think that was the case. I thought you had to go to the button. And maybe we make our game different. Oh, no. Okay, so you have to go to the button. Okay, that makes... Okay, I agree with that. So what I will say then is, if you come into this room, you see that somebody has died in this room. There's no body, but that indicates that there is a dead body in this room. That's the only way to really do that in Minecraft. So what I want to do is you'll leave that on. And you will sprint all the way back. You will press the emergency button because you're fearful of your life, and then this will send. Okay, so we're going to reverse this. This is the initial emergency button. So this is going to send a signal the other direction. We'll just change them all out like this. And we'll send them a signal this way. And this is just going to reset the lamps. So this is going to come up, and we want it to reset this. So in order to do that, what we can do is we can just bring this up, and I think that ought to work. We may have to add a little redstone signal here just to boost it. How many is that? Oh, okay, you can call it from the body. Okay, well that brings us back to, I'm confused then. So let's see real quick. What if I hit this button? I don't think this has the signal strength to get there. Oh yeah, that's gonna move. Duh. Okay, hold on. So we've got to solve two problems here then. If that's the case, if you're correct on that, that's actually a game mechanic I didn't know existed. I thought you had to always go to the button, but maybe we can do the game differently. We don't have to do it the way Among Us does it. So we do have that going for us. If I want to, I think actually we've got these handy dandy target blocks now, which power things. So All right, so let's play this again. Body in this room. You come in here, you see, oh my god, somebody's dead. So you sprint. You make a mad dash back to here. You cast your sus paper. That calls us all back to the meeting room, which it's done, and it should also turn this light back off. So that kind of resets this room. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. A game I have played, there's a new one called Lockdown Protocol. It's like Among Us, but different, and there is no emergency meeting button. It's just you just survive until the end. So I want to kind of mesh. We're going to do our own thing. I think I like this. I think I like seeing that there's a dead body in here, recognizing that light's on. So you always want to keep your eyes open. If you see a light on in a room or wherever your respective job is at, we might put one in the train car too. But if you see that somebody's been killed in this room specifically, you see this, you don't touch this button. This is for the imposter, or for the ghost only. And maybe we can put a sign up there or something. Like, if you died, you push that button. That tells you that your body's in there. And with that, it then, yeah, resets everything. Everybody should be going up. You'll be teleported back into here. And for some reason, the doors were not closed. Did we reset the game yet? Let's reset everything. Okay, that reset all that. I've reset. Is the signal coming up to reset the doors? Ah, it shouldn't. We changed that so it shouldn't. So the only way to reset the doors is by calling the emergency meeting. That should have sent a signal to activate the trapdoors. Uh-oh, I broke something. Okay, hold on. What is this going to? What is this? This goes up. Resets ender pearls. It also should send a signal over and toggle our doors. Okay, doors are up. I've broke something. Game is reset. We're going to cast a vote. Okay. Game is reset. We're voting. Nobody should be voted off. And everything opens. That makes sense. Okay, we enter the game. Yada yada. I'm not going to put it in that chest. Let's throw it in here and just see if it's working properly, because sometimes it seems like things are getting stuck. So this goes in here. The pulse is sent, meaning we all teleported back up. And the doors aren't closing. Okay, so I broke something. Somewhere in this redstone, it is not... This is not coming up. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we can just push this button. Those all change. Change, 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 change. Let's change this. Now let's try it. Emergency meeting is called. Everybody is teleported back. There we go. This got switched around. Everybody is teleported back and the doors are closed. The doors are closed. There's lots of redstone laying down here, like something broke somewhere. When the emergency meeting is called, it turns all these torches off. That all activated. Okay, close the doors. You submit the votes. This will all open. We're going to have a way to reset this. I see your ghost comment. Let me get to that. I want to make sure I've fix what we've built because I'm struggling. Game starts. That resets game. Game's on. You go through, you find a dead body, you run back to Mustache Marvels. You know what? We're going to actually test this. Let's just do it for real so we can confirm that it works. So before you start, you're going to open this. You're going to grab an Ender Pearl from this box down here. You're going to lean over. You're going to toss it down at the bottom. You're going to walk away. You should be in stasis now. Then all the voting and stuff happens. Door opens. You go into the game. Boom. You're running around. You're doing a task. You're in this room. Oh, somebody's died here, huh? Where'd our button go? But someone's died. Oh, goodness me. You run. And you submit a paper. Oh, okay. Emergency meeting was called. You're going to reset your Pearl. Oh, if we don't do it right, you're going to teleport. Okay, come on. What is happening? Okay. And the doors didn't reset. Oh, what have I broken? It's something to do with this guy here. Do we need to go ahead and extend this pulse a little bit farther? Is it not getting there? Let's extend that pulse, maybe? Okay, the world is all right. Okay, the door is closed, all right. Submit votes. Somebody's getting cast off right now. Who's it going to be? Uh-oh. Come on. And the door should open. Don't touch the door. Okay. All is good. Back into the game. Yada yada. Now, the only thing I am realizing that every single time that this goes off, it's going to constantly cycle that light, isn't it? Okay, so it's not a very good reset. Resetting turns it on. We press this, turns it off. And now if we reset, we've got to power this. We've got to power this because it's a double reaction little thing here. Okay, we've got to bring the power here, I think. Is that not powering the... I need to power... Oh, goodness me. Why am I struggling with redstone today so bad? We don't need that anymore. Button. Is that really not going to power that there? But the target block was here. Interesting. Okay, maybe we need to do a little more redstone research on a one-way button this way and a one-way button the other way. But anyways, let me explain the ghost to you. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have, I think the imposter is gonna carry crossbows, and we're gonna have arrows of invisibility. So my thought process is that when they kill somebody, which should be one shot. Oh. I need somebody else here to test this. But maybe we can go outside, we can get ourselves. Hold on. Hello? Wait, what? Ah, there we go. Okay, so you're going to be shot and you're going to immediately turn invisible. So the invisible players will then activate this light saying, hey, I was killed, and you're going to run as fast as you can. I mean, you got a minute, depending on where you're at. We'll make sure it's never longer than a minute to run back across the map. And then we'll just have some sort of like dead players exit here kind of thing. And you will head to, it could be there, or wherever. The dead players are going to head through some sort of door, and then back up to not the spawn room, but the lobby area that'll be above the actual game itself. That's the best way to do a ghost. And now the people who are now ghosts are no longer going to be able to participate in getting all of the tasks done. And that's the hardest part that I need to work out. We need somehow, some way. Am I still invisible? No. Somehow, some way these guys need to be able to finish their task. We could have a bunch of invis potions. How long do they last for? Okay, so like 8 minutes of invisibility. So we could have ghosties running around doing tasks. I don't want to be able to see like floating blocks and stuff. So one option is, I was trying to think here. That part we got to figure out still, but that's how the ghosts are going to work. Maybe invisible potions. If that's too expensive, we'll go with another alternative. And maybe they just go back to lobby and it comes down to, as long as one person finishes all their tasks, it's a crewmate win. Trying to think of how to do that, because they're going to be, these guys are no longer going to be part of the game. We don't want them completely out where they can't interact still, you know what I mean? So maybe you just run around with a bunch of invis potions and you just keep re-upping it. You just got to make sure you stay invisible. The only problem is with that, people are going to see this little bubbles running around, and you're not going to be able to talk to people. But you got to make sure you don't have any items in your hand, because somebody running around with like blocks is going to look funny. So it'll have to just be in the game rules. Don't hold a block if you're out. Something like that. I'm looking at you, but you can't tell. Okay, so I think we're at a place where I'm liking where this is going. I've got some more ideas. We're going to put a farm field in here. And then we're going to do the lake, the ABBA fishing from Impala. He was here earlier. I think that'll be a really good idea. That's from season 1 of CraftWorks. So I think that is... yeah, I think that puts us in a pretty good place. I'm really liking how this turned out. The infinite train tunnel. We might go a little bit further. I mean, you're going to know that you can't go anywhere in here once you get to this doorway, so... I mean, hopefully nobody tries to go that way. But... oh, goodness me. Hold on. Aha! Okay, so in the meantime, I think we're going to wrap up here today. I don't have anything else to really work on. I want to get some of these other areas decided by some of the other crafters. I'm going to work on a train car. Craft mates. Oh, I love that. That's a fantastic... so we got the craft mates and the imposter. No, that's fantastic. Hold on. Hold on. I've got a running list of rules and stuff I'm working on. So let me grab my untitled document. Where is it? Craft Us. Somebody gave me a name last time. It's called Craft Us. That's the game. But I love the idea that... hold on. Let me get to a new tab here. Members... called Craftmates. That's fantastic. That might be the best thing that anybody has said in the stream so far, Polar Peeler Bro. So I appreciate you coming here and hanging out. But on that note, I am going to phase into the ground. I am going to get out of here for today. I will be back next Friday to continue our journey. I've got some research to do. We've got to get this button switch thing figured out. This is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. But that'll work out pretty well once I get it. So all I want it to do is I want it to light up, and then anytime the button is called, the emergency stop button, it sends one signal and retracts this guy here. I think that works. I think we'll figure it out. But until next time, yeah. Stay crafty, stay courageous, and you guys all know the last line. As always, stay beautiful. Thanks, everybody. See you later, Polar. My apologies. And also, Lava. We'll give you a bye, too. Peace out, guys.